It is often through health concerns that we are feeling a call to consider modifying our eating habits. It's an opportunity to realize how much we use food to calm, contain, or stifle our emotions. Fasting is a way to become more aware of what is ours and what is not. It's sometimes when we realize we will always find an excuse in order not to face this visceral fear of being without the comfort of solid food for more than one day that we may decide to take the jump. Through a gradual descent, the body gets used to a less and less dense intake. Many of us are called to take radical means in order to help our bodies emerge from their lymphatic stagnation and in order to revive our systems. No matter what is the strength of our constitution, a great personal hygiene will do a great deal of difference. The ideal diet is mostly raw and rich in ripe fruits, coconut water, fresh sprouts, vegetables, and fruit and vegetable juices. If we are thirsty at the end of a meal, it is revealing the dehydrating character of the meal we have just consumed. There is a formula accessible for each goal, with whole fresh fruits and monodiets, water fasting, intermittent or weekly or monthly dry fasting, fasting with fresh fruit juices, especially watermelons, grapes, oranges or lemons, or with pasteurized grape juice and lemon. Yet fruit juice fasting is not literally fasting, it is about consuming our food in a liquid state. The body still receives fuel in order to function, but has less digestive work to do. It is always best to clean the colon at the beginning as well as during the process, with the juice of half of lemon or cups of decoctions of digestive plants. The transverse colon goes across the abdomen and is one of the most obstructed places for most. Going on a 3-month fruit juice journey will help to start fixing absorption problems. Fasting is the opportunity to explore a world without food and to focus on other detoxifying practices such as yogic breathing, yoga, lymphatic drainage, steam sauna, ear candling, negative ion food bath, the chi machine or the trampoline, and so much more. We may add herbal tinctures to our efforts. Herbs are for cleaning and strengthening. Because it is hard to find uncorrupted products, we might as well start growing specific plants and herbs ourselves, soaking them in alcohols from fruits or herbal vinegars for 8 to 12 weeks before straining and strongly programming them with our intent. Food should be as well about cleaning and strengthening. Cells need voltage and require the potency of fruits. Berries do assist in strengthening the nerve endings, the brain, and the autonomic system. Dry fasting is a total fasted state. It means we have no solid or liquid intake. It is a very efficient method in order to deeply commune with ourselves. During dry fasting, the cells turn into self-contained furnaces, where the heat is converted into other forms of energy. Whatever is damaged beyond repair gets burned for fuel, and whatever can be repaired is recycled. The muscles are preserved in proportion in comparison to the loss that is happening when water fasting. These two procedures are engaging different mechanisms of the body. During a water fast, the body has to bring water into the tissues to flush the toxins out, and then they have to be carried out to the eliminative organs. This process has to be routed, making stops at the septic tanks, the lymph nodes. This experience can reveal the true state of our internal interstitial dehydration. Our bodies are on fire because of our dehydrating diet that has been obstructing the vitality of the cells. We don't find hydration in external water. Hydrations come from the quality of our fluids. True hydration is interstitial and only exists when there is kidney filtration and when the lymph is filtered properly. Distilled water is acidic. It is way better than tap water, which contains more than 300 different compounds. We can then reprogram our waters with a bit of lemon juice and crystal. A malt-based type water is spring water. It's energized and best if stored in glass containers instead of plastic ones. Yet we can be sure that most spring waters publicly accessible are also carrying some degrees of poisoning and maybe even poisoned by design somewhere along the line. Drinking too much water cuts down filtration. Drinking too much liquids can impair normal functions. Primates tend to go to water only once a day. When the urine is clear and there is no sediment in it, it indicates that our kidneys are not filtering. Stagnation of the lymph system starts when the kidneys lose their ability to filter the lymphatic waste from the lymphatic system. All problems are of lymphatic origin. Lymph is around each tissue. Every health problem is a lymphatic problem. Kidney filtration is a big step on the journey of cellular detoxification and can take from 1 day to months or even a year of consistent efforts. Any calcification can be broken down anywhere in the body. The question is, how long will it take? The further away from the kidneys might be the last part that the body will address. That is why draining the head is not always easy during the first efforts we engage. When the head is full of mucus, it means it is full of acids, and the glands are not only calcified, but also obstructed by layers of dark brown, dehydrated, old mucus having gone chronic to necrotic. Proteins are extremely damageful for the kidneys. They do shut them down. We don't have the kidneys of a carnivore or even an omnivore species to deal with the acidity. We have the kidneys of a frugivore species. The skin, also called our third kidney, is an eliminative organ to lead acids out of the body. Skin symptoms are indicating we are not moving our lymph as we should and that our kidneys are not accomplishing their filtering function. Sunlight tends to aggravate some symptoms, yet the culprit is acidosis. The heat of the sun is acidic, and because there is backed up lymph in the skin, reaction might be occurring. After a fast, the ideal return to food is preferably done within stages. Fresh fruit juices, whole fresh fruits, homemade compotes and broth, unseasoned soups and gazpachos, and so on and so on. Fasting is one of the most rewarding decisions we can make for ourselves, and a phase of expansion and enhanced vigilance. It is of support in order to excavate deep patterns of the psyche and the mind, to have the space to do much clearing in terms of objects and relationships. It assists us in shifting the inner reality like a deep dive into the nebula of the subconscious, a high-speed experience that takes time to be integrated. Our relationship with food is transforming to become more conscious, observant, and respectful.